WrestleMania 27 is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. After 26 previous shows, WWE has no excuse to produce such a bad WrestleMania, but yet, WWE somehow found a way. Now, not everything on the show was terrible, but the bad stuff outweighs any good. In this rebook piece, I will give an updated card with a few other options of what they could have done. I'll provide some context on why I made the match and some story background with every match. Now let's begin. Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show versus Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre versus Jack Swagger versus Kane versus Kofi Kingston in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Since Money in the Bank becomes its own show in 2010, let's keep the multi-man ladder match tradition and put titles on the line like they did in 2015 and 2016. This will be a fun match of styles leading to Del Rio capturing the gold and validating his ascent through the SmackDown roster. Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. No changes. Sheamus versus John Morrison for the United States Championship. Sheamus defeats Daniel Bryan for the US title in the build to Mania, while Morrison continues to build himself as a main event star. Sheamus is jealous of Morrison's rise and wants to put an end to it, while Morrison wants to secure singles gold. Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett. This build is very similar to in real life, but a switch in Punk for Barrett. After Nexus defeats Team Cena at SummerSlam, Wade wins the WWE Championship at Night of Champions after pinning the defending champion, Randy Orton. Barrett keeps the title thanks to his Nexus brothers, but finally loses it to John Cena TLC due to the interference of the Raw roster led by Randy Orton. As a result, the Nexus begin to target Orton, costing him the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber match. This leads Orton to take out every member of Nexus in the lead up to WrestleMania before getting his vengeance against Barrett at the granddaddy of them all. Daniel Bryan and Jerry Lawler versus The Miz and Michael Cole. I actually think there was some potential to the Cole and Lawler feud. Firstly, we have to take Cole off commentary. He was insufferable to hear for 2 hours straight, but his heel stick could work in moderation. So after a heated argument on commentary that turns physical, Cole reveals himself as the anonymous Raw general manager. He removes himself from commentary and begins to become an insufferable heel authority figure, mainly aligning himself with The Miz and putting people down like Daniel Bryan and Jerry Lawler. This also ushers the return of Jim Ross, who becomes King's broadcast partner again. As WrestleMania comes closer, Lawler decides he's had enough of Cole's antics and attacks Cole once again, getting himself fired. Vince McMahon makes a rare Raw appearance to dispute Cole's decision after being consulted by Lawler. Lawler comes down to the ring and challenges Cole to a tag match at WrestleMania, with the stipulation being, if Lawler wins, Cole is no longer the Raw GM. But if Cole wins, Lawler and Bryan are permanently fired. Miz offers to be by Cole's side due to his numerous favors, while Bryan offers to be Lawler's partner due to his hatred of Cole and Miz. The match ends with Lawler drops a flying fist onto Cole and tags Bryan in to trap Cole in a label lock for the win. Edge versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christian makes his return to WWE after Elimination Chamber. He has a segment with Edge where he goes down memory lane before mentioning they had one goal growing up, to face each other at WrestleMania. Christian eventually challenges Edge for the World Heavyweight Champion at Mania, and Edge accepts. The build shows them slowly starting to come to odds over the pressures of being world champion. Finally, when Mania comes, they have an epic match ending with Edge retaining. Edge helps Christian up afterwards and shakes his hand, but Christian looks frustrated. This sets up his later heel turn that is meant to be against Edge, but after his retirement, changes to Orton. The Undertaker versus Triple H in a no-holds-barred match. No changes. Eve Torres and Trish Stratus versus Lay Cool. Diva's champion Eve Torres is targeted by Lay Cool in the build to Mania. Eve is able to beat both women in title matches on Raw, but they continue their slander against Eve. It grows to a point where Eve decides that she can't combat Lay Cool on her own and contacts Trish for help. In a decent filler match to help bridge time between Undertaker and Triple H and the main event, Eve and Trish finally put Lay Cool in their place for good. John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship with Stone Cold as the special guest enforcer. CM Punk makes his return to the ring from injury by attacking John Cena on the Raw after TLC. Punk follows up on this by winning the 2011 Royal Rumble. Meanwhile, John Cena defends his title against all comers, including John Morrison at the Royal Rumble and an Elimination Chamber match at the self-title pay-per-view. Also, as a side note, the Straight Edge Society doesn't disband in 2010 and instead follows Punk to Raw. The build is tense, but not quite at the level of their later Money in the Bank feud. Stone Cold Steve Austin becomes involved after the Straight Edge Society, mainly Punk, begin trash talking against him until Cena intervenes. The match is also pretty great. Cena is about to win until the Straight Edge Society interferes. Stone Cold tries to stop them, but the numbers are too great. They're about to hand Punk the win until The Rock comes down and fights them off. Punk screams in The Rock's face, which gives Cena plenty of time to hit Punk with the AA and then submit him with the STF for the win. The end of the show has Austin hand Cena the title, but Rock interjects and stares down Cena while Austin watches on. And that is the end. Is it perfect? No, not by a long shot, but I like what I came up with. Let me know what you all think, and until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!